our purpose hour. It's really my honor, privilege here to bring back a longtime friend, actually since the original days of the nearly 10 years ago when we kicked off Best HQ. Scot Thompson, are you somewhere? Can you make your way up to the virtual front of the room? Do we have Scott? There he is.
There he is.
Yeah, buddy. Great to see you.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Hey, I wish we had the time to really set it up properly for you, Scott. I so appreciate what you've done through the years. Bud, I really love that you're going to come here and share a little bit about a purpose. For those of you who don't know, Scott had a career as a professional soccer player. Played for the Timbers. I believe now it's the second most minutes, right? you had the most minutes. I might have Chara been running around there too much.
Yeah,
right?
sure. I think it's got me.
Yeah. So after that, he moved on. We got to know him through a group called BSC Portland. It's a recreational and competitive soccer club. They were actually tenants at Best HQ. And it was really there that I got a really solid sense for the heart and soul and really the perspective of Scott, 1T as they call him. So he moved on from there, did some amazing work at Adidas, and now a new company, Thesis. So Scott, that's it, bud. I'm going to turn it over to you and let you inspire.
No, Ron, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me. Mike, congrats on the tickets. Hope you enjoy the game. And yeah, my goal here is just to share my why, share what's gotten to motivate me, what gets me up in the mornings. So I appreciate the invite. I appreciate being a part of the Biz Expo community. And for those that don't know, like Ron said, my name's Scot Thompson. I also go by 1T, and I'm the head of engagement at Thesis, which is a company, a digital marketing company now in Portland. So everyone has a why, and your why can grow and your why can change as you learn and grow through your experiences in life. And I've been fortunate enough to live and work in a myriad of places and with people across the country and globally. I've played professional soccer. I've worked at a global brand with Adidas. Most importantly, I've raised a family here in the Pacific Northwest. And to understand my journey, you have to understand a little bit of where I came from. As a child, I grew up on the East Coast. In rural New Jersey, I was one of a handful of Black kids in our town. I'm sure you can imagine what came with that. I was unfortunately bullied when I was younger. I was called cotton picker. I was called the N-word. I've heard it all. And my why when I was younger was to be unique and not be fit or forced into anybody's mold or stereotype of what I should or shouldn't be. So when I was younger, my parents instilled that work ethic in me to break those molds. So I was a soccer player. I was in the band. I played trumpet. I sang in the choir. I was in honors classes. And my why was to not fit, was to be different, to kind of carry my own path. When I got older into my 20s, my why was to win a national championship in soccer. And I was fortunate enough to do that at UCLA. And it was to be the best captain and the best leader on the team. And after accomplishing that goal, I was fortunate enough to then move on, and my why changed again. I was drafted. I became a professional athlete. I played with the Los Angeles Galaxy and then made my way up to the Timbers. And my why at the time then was to then be the best professional that I could be. But that why continued to change. And I met my wife here in Portland. I had my family, my 2 boys. And my why grew beyond just my own personal self and that focus. And it became a why of how am I going to raise these young men to be upstanding citizens, to be the best they can be, to give back to society. So the why is always morphing and changing. And as I continued in my career, my why became to be the best ambassador to the game. It was, how can I grow the sport and use the sport to give back to the coaches that helped me, to give back to those players that helped me and that network that helped me, for those that are underrepresented or don't have access, or in situations when there's inequities across the sport, which we've all seen and know of. So that why, personally and professionally, became intertwined. When I retired, I think there's a misconception that when a professional athlete retires, you kind of have this red carpet and know what you're going to do, and you have all these great opportunities. For a lot of people, and not just in soccer, it could be football, it could be basketball, a lot of people don't know what they're going to do. You know, you live your entire life being put on this pedestal, and when you step off, it's a pretty big void. And I was fortunate enough to have some really great mentors, folks like Ron, Jill, Luis over at Best HQ, to help build and show me how to reestablish that network, how to rebuild partnerships, how to build lasting friendships that span across business and essentially help me build out who I am as a professional. And, you know, when people talk about it takes a village, it really does take a village. And a lot of folks don't have that village, or that village is disconnected. And my why now is, how am I going to create that village for folks that don't have that? How am I going to create that village to help people get to the next level of their career? And my village, and when I kind of graduated out of the nonprofit soccer world, helped me get into Adidas. And at Adidas, I went from managing a $1 million budget to managing a multi-million-dollar budget, and managing one of the biggest strategic partnerships across the country. And my why became a national focus, and how I was going to use this global brand at Adidas to help grow the game here in the US. And so it was a great experience. I met a lot of amazing people. I had a lot of fun doing it. But as you can imagine, my why changed again. And after the last year and a half, between the political turmoil that we see, between COVID, between what's happening with essentially the number of murders that are happening across the country, my why became less nationally focused and became more locally focused and community focused. And I wanted to be a part of a brand that was actively involved in the community to help level the playing field, and making the world better. So my why is, how can I keep moving things forward? How can I keep partnering with people that are like-minded people? How can I make the world better for my kids, my family, and for their kids, so that they have a better place to be in going forward? And so I think the biggest takeaway, and what I hope to inspire and instill in folks, is that your why and your purpose in life is not static. It's not going to be this one thing. You're not going to wake up tomorrow morning and say, I got my why, and now I'm going to go and live the rest of my life being amazing. Your why is going to change. Your why is going to be up and down and go left and right. And it's okay. It's okay to have a changing why, because you grow. And like any person in this world, you have new experiences, you have new understandings of people, you empathize with new groups, and your why and your passion that drives your business, that drives your work, that drives your interactions is going to change. So as a lasting statement, allow your why to be bigger than who you are. Allow it to change and grow. Lead with your why, and people and purpose will follow. So appreciate the time, Ron. It's great seeing you, looking very, very fit. I got to step my game up because you're on point right now.
Scott, I tell you, bud, I so appreciate your words. I so appreciate your journey with us. I'm so grateful you gave this old guy a chance to coach one of your clubs or one of your teams when you were back at BSC. I got it when I stepped foot on the pitch with you, but it was awesome. And I so thank you for sharing. Your why is extraordinary. and it kind of brings this perfectly together in terms of purpose. Yeah, we all have a lot of work to do, but you know, we don't have to do it alone. It's great folks like you and some of the others in this room. We can indeed make a difference. So again, thank you. Really appreciate everything, and we'll see you later, bud.